All right, guys, good morning. Today is the 15th of December, 2025. CRAZII Global Market Talk with KEL. CRAZII anytime, anywhere. Now, this week is going to be a very crazy week for all of us because number one, the CRAZII app should be able to be launched very, very soon. That's why you can see that I'm really swamped every day. I have to work with the developers, making sure things go properly and stuff like that. And of course, on top of that, we have our CRAZII Online Academy. It's going to come out also very soon within this week. And at the same time, we have our CRAZII sales system that is for the global agents, all happening. So that is the reason why I was away for quite a while, but now I'm back. I'm here to ensure that everybody makes money from the market as the top priority for all of us. So with that, we will go into the market, but before that, disclaimer apply as usual. Do your risk management accordingly. Okay. So first of all, let's look at some of the very important fundamental that we have for this week. Now, first of all, we know that this morning there was some losses because South Korea stock market basically came off, and everybody is waiting for the key data from the China market. Now, China is supposed to release its sales number, fixed asset investment, and industrial output for November. The Japan Tanka Index for business optimism among the large Japanese manufacturer have increased by 15 notch for the quarter, making the highest level, and that's why the Nikkei is now trading at 50,000, incredible figure that basically everybody didn't dare to think of since when last crisis happened about 20 years ago. Now, we all do know that marijuana is going to be one stock to watch out for, one particular commodity to watch out for, because President Donald Trump is expected to sign an executive order to reclassify marijuana as early as today. Okay? So we all know that the cannabis stock basically surged on Friday. So it's kind of like telling the whole world that it's okay to do some drugs. So all I can say is this: the world is getting chaotic, and money seems to be the driving force for right now. So you can watch out for this. If you think that this is going to be a highlight, you can put some of these stocks in there. But let me repeat this. And whenever a president decided to reclassify marijuana, the stock will go up first initially. Then after that, there will be a fade off because again, the Constitution, the Congress, the people will get mean, and then the whole thing will tell you that this is actually illegal, immoral, and blah blah blah, and the stock price will come down. So it's more for speculation than long-term investment. Yeah. Okay, now copper. This is very crazy. Copper has hit all-time high level. And some experts are saying that this is going to continue, which I think that is very possible because of the inflation that's going to come into the market. Now, copper price, take a look. This is copper. Wow, look at it. This is a copper futures, in fact. Look at it. We are now at the, basically, let me just bring up the chart as far as I can go. Let me just see. Wow, okay, take a look. So since 2016, the copper price was trading at about 306, and then after that it went to a new level of 3465, and the next level about 800, and we are now at 1096 level, and I'm very sure this will continue. Why? Because of inflation. Inflation is going to push up copper price higher, and that's something that we cannot deny. Of course, if the stock market do pull back, or the global enter recession, then copper price will pull. But at the moment now, seemingly the stock market doesn't want to come down, right? Because they have been pumping a lot of money. Now, Jerome Powell and friends has pumped in about $40 billion again into the market through their QE, but not QE policy. And because of all this right now, everybody knows that inflation will keep on going higher. And that's one reason why I believe that gold price will be going up again. So I'll cover this later on during the gold session. Yeah. Now, this is the US Dow Jones, and I've been telling you guys that this is the Dow, and it seems that every time when the Dow start to trade lower, okay, let me just bring in my stuff. Whenever the Dow basically comes down to the Williams percentage indicator below the 75-80% mark, you always will see a huge amount of buying coming in. It has happened before right here. It has happened before right here. It has happened before right here. Now, of course, we cannot give you the exact level that it will stop, but on the general ground, it does seem to behave in this manner. So that was whereby when the Dow came down to about 46,000, I was kind of worried for our short sellers. I felt that we should take some profit, and luckily we did. And now the market's back here again. But the thing is this, even though now the price is back to the new high level, but the market is seemingly not as strong as before. So because of that, right, I kind of worried that now there might be another round of profit taking again. So in short, I'm trying to explain is this, we're going to see a bit of consolidation the next few weeks. And then after that, we will have the real run. Okay. So traders, I think we can see some profit taking in the near term. So be careful on this side. Now, if you look at this, another indicator that I always use is the 10-year yield. Now, the 10-year yield is now trading at 4.182%. That again tells you that the market has no what do you call trust in or faith with the US bond. For the US interest rate, sorry, US yield to be going up, that means the bond price is coming down. Let me bring you the bond price. You can take a look at the bond price. This is the bond price, and the bond price has kept on going down. So that tells you a lot that the Americans or the investors are not having any much confidence in these US bonds. Hence, therefore, they need to push up the interest rate. But the thing is that didn't the interest rate was cut last week? Exactly. So the interest rate was cut last week, and by usual, you have the 10-year yield coming down, but instead the yield went up. So this is something very, very wrong. It doesn't make sense in this manner. So that's why traders, you need to be very, very careful on this. Now, the VIX basically tried to go up last Friday. All right, it went up to the high of 18, and then it pulled back down because the market basically bought back at the end. Now, again, same thing where you have a lot of funds like the Federal Reserve pumping in the money. It's kind of difficult to fight with the market at the moment right now. It's nothing fundamental. The fundamental is really atrocious, but because the money is there. So it's always tell people the same thing. It's just like if you're a businessman, but you basically is a very bad businessman. You basically fail as a businessman, but your dad is a very rich man who can print money regardless, and no one can complain against him. Then you will be safe every time. So what's happening now is that US economy is the poor businessman, the son, and the Federal Reserve is the father. So every time when the son fails, the father will print. And after they print, you give to the son and to pay the debts. So theoretically speaking, the son has never failed. Yeah, so that is what's happening right now for the US market. And it's kind of difficult to explain this to a lot of people because they keep on telling me that, hey, come on, KEL, how can the economy be bad when the stock market is doing good? Well, it is possible. That is a matter of time. All right, guys, that will be the fundamental side for the US market and global market. I've given you some insight sharing. End of the day, you have to decide whether what I share makes sense or not. All right, let's look at the market right now. I think you're all waiting for this. And let's go. Okay, hold on here. Okay, so let's look at the gold market first. Yeah, let me just bring the charts to you. Give me a while. Okay. Okay, here we go. Now, the gold price today, this morning, opening price was 4300. The MLP is 4290. So the MLP is below the OP. Hence, therefore, the market is generally bullish. Yeah. With the KSI green, with the KCX black, it is bullish. So as long as the gold stays above OP, you shouldn't be shorting this market. So this morning, someone asked me, can I short gold? I said no, because it's above OP. Once it's above OP, you cannot short anything. This is something that we have said this many, many times before. All right, of course, if you tell me you're going to do long-term positioning, then it could be something different, yeah? Cover silver, no problem, Anthony. I'll do that for you. Okay, so that is the first thing first. Second, today is a DJDD. Oh my God, Doji directional day. That means that the market could go towards a single direction, yeah? So it can be opening and go all the way up, or if not, then go all the way down. But just to remind everybody, Doji has a very interesting phenomenon, is that maybe in the morning, it may go up a little bit, then in the evening, it may sell down. This is a Doji directional day. Or it could be basically like this, go down a little bit first, then go all the way up. So this is something that I observe Doji directional day will do. So this morning, the market opens and straight away go up, right? I mean, as much as I'm comfortable on the long side, I just want to warn everybody this. Make sure that gold don't break OP, okay? If gold stay above OP, who knows, today is a big day. It may go all the way up to the sky. And my target is still my target is still 4355. Now, this level was missed by the market by $1.70 on last Friday. Oh my God, I really kicked myself. I should take some more profit over there. But it's okay. The thing is this, the trend is still ongoing. So if gold can stay above 4314, which is the pivot one, the goal should be able to see 4355 this week. I repeat once again, as long gold stays above OP, and generally speaking, like for today, it's a doji directional day. If we can stay above the 4314 pivot one, all right, then there's a very high chance we can see gold going for 4355. Okay, so please take note. Now, Cal, what if gold comes down? Then what will happen? Well, this is where I get crazy. If gold pulls back below pivot 2, that is where there'll be selling coming in. So traders, you can put some sell order below pivot 2 if the market fails to stay above it. Number 2, the MLP is going to be very critical because the MLP is the one that tells you the sentiment of the market. Hence, therefore, if the market breaks below OP at the same time and goes below MLP, oh my God, the selling can be bad. The selling can be very bad until it may go back to the KCL level at 4207. Okay, so if you ask me, I don't think the market will be down because the KSI, the KCX are all very bullish, yeah? So if you ask me, I still think that gold can go up to 4355 as long as it stays above 4314. Okay, all clear? If everybody's clear, press number 1 right now. This is going to be very important. If you're clear, press number 1 right now. I'll take some water. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, now let's look at silver as requested. Okay, so find silver into my under metals. And okay, silver versus the dollar. And I bring silver in. Now remember, back then, crypto stock BNIR. Okay, I can cover that using the trading view, but I cannot use CRAZII, yeah, because AIMS doesn't have that, yeah. Okay, wait a minute. Waiting for my silver to pop up on my screen. Okay, silver on the side now, just to check you. When silver was at $54 recently, and then it went down to $50, I was very optimistic with silver. I thought some of you guys would buy some silver below $50. Some of you all bought it. And really, I didn't expect that. It just shoot up to $60, such a fast pace itself. I mean, I couldn't even recognize it. So silver now is $62 and still not coming down. That tells you a lot on the commodity market, especially for silver, which many people is hoarding it right now, and they're looking at least $70 to $75. Now, it is possible for silver to go to $75 if gold goes to the next number that I'm going to talk about it, yeah? Okay, so we have now silver coming in after a long wait. Now, this is silver. Now, silver has a very strong buy recently when you can see that there is a diamond line right here. And the price itself was about $51. I remember that very clearly because that was where I told my friend to look to buy. And after that, you can see that silver start to trade up. If you draw the MLP, it's very bullish. You draw the MLP, very bullish. You draw the MLP, very bullish. So basically, in short itself today, the biggest highlight for silver will be the MLP at $62.68. If the market stays above MLP today, silver is going to go up again. And how high will go today? It will go to the KCB at $63.47. Now, I already told you guys silver is a better bet last year because last year silver was only at $30. And I told you that if you're going to invest in between gold and silver, it's better buy silver because silver to go up by $50 or 65% back then was much better choice. And now it's at $62. You telling me that we're going to go big in silver, I would say that consider gold rather medium size. Okay. So my forecast for 2026, 2027 for gold and silver. Okay. So now the gold price at 4,323, right? This is gold price at the moment right now for gold. And silver price at $62.60 for silver. Okay, so this is the two markets right now for 2006. For 2007, allow me to tell you my personal take on gold. I believe gold is going to see $5,200 by the end of 2026. Okay, and silver should be able to hit $74 by then. So everybody now take a picture of this. This is my personal take that what the two market can go in the long term. I'll put my signature there and myself, telling you that it's done on 15 December 2025. Okay. Now, there's something that I want you to consider to look for long term. And all you need to do is just basically use the KCX methodology to buy sell. Use KCX, yeah? Meaning, right, if the market help tells you that it's the KCX at the bottom of the day chart, and that's where you buy. Right, for those people who are not too familiar with this, next time when you do another session, we'll tell you more. Okay, so this is my forecast on silver and gold. Okay, all right, so that is my view for silver. So this morning, we have pivot to resisting silver at the moment, right? So unless silver can cross 62.76, then you should be able to test the MLP. If MLP can be taken down, then of course we can see the KCB. But on a flip note, if the market failed, that'll be the first time the market got resisted by the MLP, then do expect some profit taking to come in. And the profit taking should be able to bring it back to about $59. Okay, so traders take note of this. All right, so there's a request for me to take a look at this particular counter called BNNR. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, before we go to that, let's look at Bitcoin first. Then we talk about that. Okay, this morning I shorted Bitcoin, make some money already, and then now Bitcoin has recovered back to above OP. Now today's OP is actually at this 88,437, so it's slightly above OP right now. MLP is also very nearby. The heavier weightage now against it is KCB and the short-term MA30 at 90,300. So my personal take is this: I still think that Bitcoin will come back down. Bitcoin will break below the 84,000 mark again in the near term before smashing down to new low for this cycle about 79,500. I know that basically by saying this, I'm going to make some Bitcoin of you guys are very pissed off with me. But like I say, once again, this is just my personal take. End of the day, you may think that Bitcoin has bottomed out due to the double bottom, which I not say is wrong, but then we look at the market to decide. Yeah. So now I'm not having any position. Only when the Bitcoin goes below OP, then I will take a look. Okay. All right. Because of that, we need to look at the particular counter that my friend wants me to take a look. Terrence. Yeah. Give me a minute. Yeah. So B and R, right? If I'm not wrong. Is this the one? BitMine Immersion Technology. Okay, that should be the one. Okay, so this counter is down because of Bitcoin coming off. So there's a very strong base at this price at $34.30, which is a very important level. So if Bitcoin, as I said earlier, I'm not that comfortable for Bitcoin, and if Bitcoin goes down below OP, I will naturally sell. And of course, in this way right now, with this information, there's a higher chance that this counter will go back down to about $28, right? But the thing is this, okay, if you think that the Bitcoin is still going to go higher, you think Bitcoin is going to go up to 94,000, then of course you can buy this particular counter. But if you ask me, this counter doesn't really look attractive to me, and very good chance the market will pull back and go below the moving average again. All right, Terrence, so I hope that you take note of this. $28 is a very critical level. The market has to $34 is a critical level. The market has to stay above $34. If not, there's a high chance it will slip below to $28. Okay. All right. So that is the crypto counter that was requested outside the premises of CRAZII, but because it's a bit linked, so I don't mind sharing, yeah. Okay, so this is the Bitcoin, and how about Ethereum as requested by some of you? Now, Ethereum and Bitcoin, they are no longer moving in tandem. They actually move differently, yeah. So you can see that over the last few weeks, the Bitcoin was struggling, but the Ethereum was moving higher, again, due to the fund management. And the same thing, guys, tell me, all right, between the, what do you call it, the rules of engagement itself, you need to follow what? The first thing you need to follow is the yellow is the OP rule, then followed by the candle of the colors, then followed by the KSI, and then last one will be the diamond line. Total the 5 main rules before trading, yeah? Okay, so for Ethereum today, it's above pivot 1, it's above OP, it's above MA30, everything looks good. Even the KSI is green in color, so this actually can push Ethereum higher to 430 to the next level at 3247. Okay, very good number, right? 3247. So traders can consider looking at this Ethereum. But if Ethereum, if it breaks below the MA30, because there are whole objectives to sell, then there's a very high chance that the Ethereum will give back almost everything to go back to this price of 2863. Now, anything below 3,000 is a steal for me when it comes to it for Ethereum, yeah? Yeah, whenever it's go below this 3,000, I think it's a good steal. Anything about 2,008 is even better, yeah? Okay. Okay, so I'm done with that, and we need to wrap it up with the US market. By the way, gold is trading higher now for all of you. Well done. Okay, let me just bring the gold in, Dow Jones in the picture. Okay, today we have 36 of you online. Thank you very much. Now, today, the Dow Jones. Now, last Friday, the Dow Jones pulled back from the highest point and make some money from that. Then after that, today, the market now is trading above OP, and it's going to challenge the MLP. Now, the MLP, take a look, guys, is, okay, hold on, is 48,661. We are about 100 points away. If the market can go above the MLP, then the market will generally go higher. Now, the big boys are still buying. The retail are buying. Today is going to be an interesting day. If it goes up, it should be able to see 48824 for the Dow Jones. Okay, that is a KCB 48,824. That's after it breaks the MLP. But if the market fell because of whatever reason, then if it drops below OP, then the KCL at 48,104 will be his level to consider, right? To basically on the downside, yeah. Now, the MA30 is very bullish, so it's kind of difficult to expect the US market to fall at this moment. But of course, we've seen this before when the market was going up, everything looks good. Then suddenly the U-turn came in and the thing collapsed, especially when the boys have to sell in heavily into the market. Okay, guys, that will be all for today. Oh, there's a request for me to do NASDAQ. Okay, just the last one for today, NASDAQ. Let's put it in, because some of you are actually trading a lot of NASDAQ on the side. Now, NASDAQ, we don't really advocate because the in and out on the diamond is more than usual. Yeah, the volatility is really insane. So to use my indicator, it's not the best unless you're doing for a day chart. For a day chart, my indicator is very good. Okay, so this is the NASDAQ this morning. The NASDAQ this morning went down first, supported by the KCL and recovered. That tell you the KCL how powerful, but there's no buying yet because still red in candle. But everything looks perfect for a sell. So the thing is this, with the market behaving like that right now, and central bank may actually really don't cut interest rate, this will makes the crypto market a little bit tension, yeah? So I don't suggest you to buy heavy on this particular trade. Let it move a bit more, then when you start to really decide to go, because there's too many resistance on the top, which will face some problem, yeah? So traders do take note of that. Okay, guys, thank you very much for coming on time, and promptly this will be the end of today's session. I hope you all make money from the market. Gold is now trading at 4327. Well done, guys. Gold is trading at 4327. Well done, well done. So it's going higher right now. Let me just go live before we take a leave. I told you that as long gold can stay up, we're going to see good price moving. And let's take a look on the chart, seemingly a little slow. Okay, but it's okay. Let's just bring the chart in. Oh gosh, this is beautiful. Gold is trading higher. Gold is now trading higher. It's going up. at 4327. So I'm trying to get my screen up, seemingly a bit of jam up here. Okay, I think the zoom thing with this thing is horrendous. Okay, so you can see that on the side, the next target for gold will be KTR +2, because the market has closed above KTR +1 very, very steadily. So 4335 is the next target for gold later on for today. All right, 4335 for gold. So traders, well done. Congratulations. I hope you guys will continue to make money from the market. This is Kel signing off. Take care and have a great day. Bye-bye.